Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Whoop, the cards are flying already. Libra, I'm going to do your reading for you. Thank you so much for your patience. It's been a little bit of a time, a little bit of a moment since I've done a reading for you. I am looking forward to doing this for you today. I'm using the Everyday Witch Oracle deck, followed by the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I may pull a couple of other cards as well if Spirit guides me to do so. If the reading resonates, my darling, it's simply you remembering what you already know. I am simply a messenger, and these messages are given in divine timing for you to remember. And if the reading doesn't resonate, my darling, it simply means that it wasn't a reading for you at this time. There'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, as guided by Spirit. If it resonates, I would be so grateful if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. It's just a beautiful exchange of energy between us. And if you would like a personal reading, all the details are in the description box below. So let's move ahead for the reading. This is for Libra, for those that most need to hear this message today. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Well, that one wanted to come out. So we've got affirmation for acceptance. Thank you. Spirit. Another card. I'm just going to pull 3 cards. We have got learn from life, and we have last card. Thank you, Spirit. We have inspiration and courage. And on the bottom of the deck, we have water magic. Let me talk about the water magic first of all. Let me just show that to you now. So water represents our emotions, okay? It's the fluidity of our emotions. It's the understanding that our emotions are always fluid. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is always the same. And actually our demand for permanence in our life causes us, demand for permanent happiness, say, for example, causes us unhappiness. So Spirit, this is the overriding energy. And I feel this is something that's very important for you at this time, because you've got affirmation for acceptance, learn from life, and inspiration and courage. So Spirit is reminding you that all of this is fleeting. None of this that you're going through is permanent. It is sometimes difficult to see that when we are going through a big change in our life and we feel in a space of being out of control, sort of being pushed in a direction maybe that we don't feel we want to go, or pushed away from something. And so what Spirit is saying to you, the magic, excuse me, 1 second, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, little nut being very excited, probably by a squirrel or a bird going past. What I was saying was that it is the acceptance that everything is fleeting. Okay, now and that feelings are always fluid, and we should always listen to our feelings, because feelings are the internal guidance system for whether we feel on course or off course. If we feel something that's negative about something, it's showing us that this is something within us that is not accepting it, or not needing it, or it is not right for us at the time. So water magic, accepting there's a fluidity in our emotions, accepting this is fleeting. Now you've reached a place in your life. It's like you've sort of come to this fountain, and you have gone through a certain amount of acceptance of this journey that you've been on. And you've got here, learn from life and inspiration and courage. So this is a well done from Spirit for this. The dolphin here reminds us of how much, when we stop to focus not necessarily on what is not happening in our lives, but what is, and focus on the gratitude on that, and focus of the joy on that. The dolphin reminds us of the playful spirit, that joy is our birthright, that each and every one of these experiences is for us to release things that we have kind of piled on top of ourselves, and come back into that playful, joyful spirit place where we are accepting of where we are, joyful of where we are, even if we have to do it with gritted teeth sometimes. But have a look around you. You've come to a place to admire. So admire yourself in terms of everything that you have achieved and done in your life and overcome in your life that's brought you to this place, and continue to do whatever it is you're doing to raise your awareness, to help you understand, because this is water magic. It is respecting and listening to your feelings and knowing that they are all fluid. No, Nat, that is not, she's got her beady eye on something. And that space will allow you to feel a sense of peace and serenity with where you are right now. Excuse me, just 1 second. I put her away in the house now, naughty little nut. Also, what this is saying to me, Spirit is saying to me here as well, is that you have been receiving as well lots of sort of lovely, sort of joyous and fun symbols and signs and synchronicities that you're maybe not quite believing all of them, but do believe them. And every single sign or synchronicity, whether it's a bird or an animal or a number, whatever, look it up, because this is this gift to you. This is helping you come to appreciate that this is all not been for nothing. This has all been for everything. This has all been for you to be where you are now. You may be traveling at this time as well, because I kind of feel this is sort of some sort of pilgrimage or place that people go to as well. And there is in the distance there a boat, do you see, just on the horizon. So you may be traveling at this time or thinking about traveling. So then the very first card you get, my darling, I was just checking I was recording them, is Affirmation for Acceptance. So Affirmation for Acceptance comes back to this word acceptance, accepting that there is a reason for everything, accepting that even in the what we may call think bad or uncomfortable or unpleasant, there is always something extraordinary that can come out of that if we first of all accept that it has happened for a reason, and then start to ask the question about, why has this happened for me? What is the reason? What is the universal reason? An affirmation for acceptance is that if you are battling against that and not accepting, saying all sides of where you are and yourself and all sides of others, that sometimes affirmations can help you with that. And the words I am are incredibly powerful, because I am is you stating that you are in the present moment as the universe experiencing itself, the I am that I am. So if you were to say, I fully accept my reality, I am fully grateful for everything that is happening for me, I am fully trusting that everything is happening for a reason, and I am knowing and understanding that I am creating and causing and creating my future. There were some words given to me the other day by the universe, which is I am living and breathing the great observance. And that's a wonderful, beautiful expression. Thank you, universe, for I am in the present moment, observing, detached, loving, living it, this amazing great observance. Because, my darling, and I'm leaning on, learning, moving on to the learning from life card here. You've had some extraordinary life experiences and you have observed them. Even in the darkest moments, you have reflected and observed. Now, when we stand back and observe our life, we are not the thought anymore, that the paralyzing, painful thoughts. We're not those thoughts. When we stand back and detach as the great observance and look at the situation as if we were watching a scene in a play, in that moment, we become the stillness that's always there, my darling, the stillness that's there between every sound that you might hear, every sound that you might speak. There is this great stillness. We couldn't have words, we couldn't have music, we couldn't have birdsong without the stillness in between. And that stillness is in you and within you always. It is the unobserved observer, the unwatched watcher. It is the universe. It is God, whatever you want to call it. It is spirit. It is a part of you in your soul. And so with this learning from life, you have had many, many experiences. And spirit is now saying, despite what others may be saying to you about things that you're looking to do now, spirit is saying you're ready. All you have to do is have an openness and an excitement about the uncertainty that's up ahead, because it is an adventure and it is meant to be playful and it is meant to be fun. And it is time now almost to put a lot of lessons learned away. They are now part of you. They are now a deep understanding that's part of you. It has shaped your conscious reality, your understandings, your processes, your reflections, your releasing, your feelings where they are now with this water magic. It is consciously creating your reality, not the other way around. And so you are ready now for whatever this next beautiful stages of your life. You've reached a completion of something. And I feel, because there's a book here that's open, that it's almost like you are now feeling that there is this, you're feeling excited and ready, feeling excited and ready. You're impatient for this now to start. You're ready for this. You've sort of haven't even closed the book. You're like, right, let's go. And that's a beautiful, and you're ready to just go through this open doorway. There's nothing blocking or resisting your path. There may be one, or two people that can't quite understand where you are right now, and that's okay. Coming back to acceptance, it's acceptance of everybody else exactly where they are on their path, with no judgment either, because that is where their soul has chosen to be at this time. And this wisdom, this remembrances that you've had, this shift in this has been lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, but you're ready. And that's what spirit is telling me. And there is, you've come into the full blossom of who you are, which is beautiful. And spirit says with this, inspiration and courage, be inspired by your own inspiration, be inspired by your own inspired thoughts, be inspired by your original thoughts. This is source energy, and take inspired action as part of that. Because when we do this, when we take inspired action from inspired thoughts, we inspire ourselves. I know that sounds silly, but in that inspiration is something that makes people feel really passionate about something, really enamored with something, really wanting just to have a childlike energy to it. And it comes back to, we are energy, we are source energy. Emotions are energy in motion, emotion. And that is where this water magic also comes from. Whatever you are inspired by right now, whether you are receiving it through your original thought, or it is something that you have been given as a gift from the universe, move forward with it. You've learned from life. Now take inspiration and courage from everything that you have done in your life, everything that you have done for yourself, everything that you have overcome. You are an extraordinary being in this present moment right now. And having courage is the step that Spirit is asking you to take, because there is no fear of failure. You've learned from the past that actually, if you fail, sometimes it is the biggest, beautiful, most wonderful lesson that you could ever learn, because through that, you shifted and changed and adapted and grew from it. So don't fear failure. be inspired by everything, that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now in order for this next leap of faith that you're being asked to take. Trust in your intuition, trust in your knowing, trust in, I'm getting the word clairvoyant, trust in your clairvoyance about things, about what you see happening. Really gorgeous reading, Libra. So let's have a look to see with the everyday tarot for you. And let's pull a card for affirmation for acceptance. And I'm sorry, my eyes have just been drawn back to something, a couple of things in the card. There has been in your life a necessary change that happened abruptly for you. This is sort of like this tornado coming in, and tornadoes come in unexpectedly, don't they? They come in and they kind of wreak havoc. But this has been a necessary, natural chaos that has happened in your life. But out of chaos there comes order, because when we get swept along with something, sometimes it almost takes our breath away for a bit, but when we come out at the end of it, there is a certain release of things that just had to go as we were being pushed along. And as that energy has been released, it's been liberated, and that free energy is beautiful, and it is then going to create order out of disorder. So something beautiful out of chaos. There is something magical about chaos. It just stirs everything up. And that's this tornado. But also it was a lot of, from looking at it from your higher self, and here you are up in the cards, do you see that there are sort of neatly lined sort of fields there? So and these fields are all green. They're all in harvest. They're all sort of coming into harvest. This was necessary. Despite the order in your life, it was necessary to create this disorder. And just like the fields need time to rest and then to be sown and then for the harvest to come in, this was at a particular time in your life that this happened. So let me pull a card for affirmation for acceptance. I fully accept my reality. I am fully grateful for everything that has happened for me. I allow and accept all experiences. I am ready for all experiences. And there we are. The Hierophant has come out. This is your affirmation for acceptance. This is a confirmation for you to sit in the present and understand that this pose is about being open and receiving at this time. Everything, Spirit is saying, be open, have an openness. In what has happened, you've literally had to go with this change. So keep going with it. Keep trusting that it's happened to take you from this place to this place. And it is the process by which the universe ascends us, transforms us, enlightens us. And so this is all about the commitment to understanding more, but also the wisdom in understanding that there are sometimes times we are not meant to know the answer, and there are times we are meant to know the answer, and they will all come in divine timing for you. It is also a reminder for you, if you are not doing what I'm calling sitting in stillness or some form of practice that allows you to be still. Spirit's voice can't be heard when life is noisy. So that is that card. And then we have Learn from Life, my darling. Thank you, Spirit. Learn from life. Ooh, swords. So, and on the bottom of the deck's the Sun. So the Sun card in this instance represents the Spirit's way of saying about the extraordinary healing and transformation that you have done within yourself in order to grow tall and strong and independent and full of healing light within you. Maybe you are a healer. Maybe this is your intent. This is your soul's intent. This is your soul's path, because there are lots of other sunflowers, and there's also people here. It's a very protective circle. And I feel that you have around you soul tribe, soul family, those that are on the same vibration as you, those that have come in to empower to empower you and for you to empower them, because there is always within the space of cooperation, soul family, community, working together, it is incredibly powerful as an energy force. And you have these, all of these sunflowers are in full bloom. So it is spirit saying you have healed. Whatever it is that you have learned from and that you have reflected on and learned from and remembered and released, you've healed now. It's time to relax and have some fun. You deserve it. And the Queen of Swords, my darling, this is this other card that came out here for this, is a reminder to you of the power of our words, the power of our thoughts behind the words, what we think, say, and do now, we place in our future, but also that your communication that you are now giving to the universe is clear. You are a very good wordsmith as the Queen of Swords. And it is also about you being very protective of your energy space, of your clarity, of your understanding. You don't feel the need to have to explain it to anybody anymore. And I love that, because you're not in that space of trying to explain to somebody who you know will not understand, because they are literally on a different, potentially different wavelength to you. So you choose who you speak to about things that are important to you, spiritual things, mindfulness, whatever that is for you. You choose who you speak to with great consideration, and also with the understanding that you're not giving too much of yourself away. The Queen of Swords is also somebody that welcomes in those of the same energy, and that's why I love to see the Sun card with it. But the Queen of Swords always speaks her truth, but she does it in a way that is full of God's grace and full of understanding and full of clarity and compassion for any situation, with the understanding that each and every soul on this earth is part of source energy. And some souls have chosen a path that is very difficult for them as a soul, because they have forgotten completely who they are. But their gift to others is to help them wake up through their behavior, which is done through that unawareness, that ego. And so it is about having radical acceptance of both yourself and others. And that is giving you peace and you clarity. Your foundation that you have created yourself is a very beautiful, I'm getting the word mystical foundation, that is rock solid now. Your spirituality is part of who you are. It is never not something that you're being. Is that right? It is never not something that you're being. You are always being spiritual. It is the first conscious thought you have in the morning to the last conscious thought you have at night, and you apply it in so much, and in nearly all of your life. Yes, we are humans, and we are meant to be perfectly imperfect, so there are always moments where we might get triggered, but you're very good at stepping back from that space very quickly and saying, why was I triggered? What is it that is trying to help me to release in me that I haven't yet been able to do so? So that is a beautiful card, and that is why you are ready for whatever this brilliant adventure that's coming in for you, my darling. One baby step at a time, they're saying. And then you've got inspiration and courage. So let's have a look to see what Spirit wants to say about that. Two of Swords wanted to fly out. Thank you, actually, straight away. So I'm just going to take that. The Two of Swords. So let me just show you those two cards. There we go. So the Two of Swords normally is a card that talks about indecision and fear, being fearful and not being able to make up your mind about something. This particular Two of Swords is the same. However, there's a kind of big difference here. Spirit is saying, you can do this with your eyes closed. This is something you were born to do. This is something that you always get spot on. So don't doubt it. And the crow there is a representation of both the universe being the keeper of secrets at this time, because life wouldn't be very fun, would it, if we knew exactly what was around the corner. But also the thoughts in your mind that are telling you that you can't do this. And we all have within us aspects of self-doubt, how we put ourselves down, and that old childlike fear steps in, that I can't do this, maybe I can't do this. And Spirit is asking you to see through it. So rather than seeing it for what it is, walk through your fear, see through it. There's a wonderful Winhoff, that amazing Iceman, who has had some extraordinary experiences in his life, and there's a show on at the moment, and I love watching Winhoff, and there's a show on at the moment where he's taking people to literally face their fears. And Spirit is asking you to see through the fear, to see through the illusion of what fear is. It is an old reverberation. It is an energy, but it's a reverberating energy within you of something that you've told yourself over and over and over again, and it's not real. So flip it into feeling excited and ready, because you can do this. And that is that inspiration and courage. I'm going to pull one last card for you to wrap up this reading. Thank you, Spirit, for Libra. Three of Cups. And you've got the King of Pentacles has come out again as well. So I just want to... Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Okay, so let go of something that is making you be attached to the past still. I don't know whether this is a romantic, whatever this is some form of emotional relationship. It could be a family thing, it could be a love relationship, a friend relationship, but let go now, my darling. This person, where they are, accept they are exactly where they are and where they're meant to be. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who has so much, who does have so much and has been very successful in their life, and enjoys, lots of the trappings of that too, but they're very committed to that space at the moment, and the bull here represents that sometimes they can rush in and be impatient and kind of knock things over and damage things, and maybe that is part of the reason that things have changed for you, because they have ruined something that was very special. So Spirit is asking you to release this now. Release this to Spirit, release it to the universe, release your fears, release your worries. Whatever is intended for you will come back to you. Do you see the cups are going into the water and it comes back? This is all a temporary, as I said, fleeting moment for you. There is so much joy and abundance and things coming in for you and things you have around you that Spirit want you to focus on at this time. And I come back to this Three of Cups. You have, and just like the sunflowers that we have heard earlier, you have such beautiful soul family in your life. And these soul family are family. Soul family, you have a bond with them like no other. And they are there to encourage you, support you, love you, show you how extraordinary you are. And you are all very spiritual as well, which is beautiful. And you're all completing various life cycles together. Your King of Pentacles, he's okay where he is. He may be in your life, he may not be in your life, but this is the acceptance, isn't it? Accepting somebody for exactly who they are without wishing to change them. Because in that radical acceptance, just like we have with nature, you are literally releasing any expectation of them. And you are also trusting that there is a rhyme and reason for all of it. And at a soul level, there must be so many gifts that are being exchanged between the two of you. And that's the beautiful thing. When we stop to see another as the enemy, as the cause, as the trigger, but rather see them as a soul team player who we've decided on a soul level that we're going to help each other to get rid of all those last bits and pieces of debris of triggers that are sort of within us. And I feel that's what this is about for you. And now I'm seeing, which is so true, and look at the bottom of the deck, and as I said that's what you've got. Then you've got this wonderful 10 of Cups. See them for who they are, and let them see you for who you are, but do it in a place of relaxed enjoyment. How do I express this, Spirit? When you choose to see in another what is wonderful, what is amazing, what is inspiring, even though they might be something that is also triggering you at the same time, you then are encouraging them. And I just did a reading about this today on my daily read. If you tell somebody, point out to them all of their beautiful human or soul traits, you could be in that moment reminding them of something that they know but don't quite believe about themselves. So it's about seeing through the situation that you're being presented with and looking at it from a deeper level, that maybe you've both been put on each other's path to help each other as a soul team as well. And again, you've got the picnics here. You've got so much to be grateful for together and so much abundance with each other as well. There may be children involved, but just let things go. Spirit is saying, go with the flow. Learn to say no sometimes as well. And you know what? Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith, and it's an independent leap of faith. It is that affirmation for acceptance. It's saying, I embrace it all. I embrace the change. I embrace the fear. I embrace the fear. I know, come to the edge, he said. And they said they were too afraid. And God keeps saying, come to the edge. I'm too busy. I don't want to. Come to the edge. And he pushed and they flew. And you can fly. There are two, I'm going to call them falcons here. Both of you, and whoever this is in your life, my darling, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but both of you can change direction at any one time about where you are heading. But either way, whatever direction you choose to take, just make it with the intent that actually you are feeling okay about it. When you make an intention from a place of awareness of who you are, as opposed to making an intent from a place of unawareness, the pain body, you're going to repeat things in that way. You're renewing yourself by making choices now from a place of feeling what's right for you. Beautiful, beautiful reading, my darlings. I'm going to pull one more card for the Fool for Libra. And again, I'm seeing a boat here, and it does talk about manifestations, but I also feel that you're traveling at this time. Thank you, Spirit. And then you've got the King of Pentacles, and you've got the King of Cups. So I'm feeling that the shift that you make within yourself and in not having any expectations, accepting somebody for who they are, understanding that most often when we react to something, actually all the time we react to something, it's the inner child that's doing it within us, just coming at it from a slightly different perspective. When you do that, your King of Pentacles, who on the surface has so much, actually is the King of Cups as well. And this is somebody who is equally looking towards the horizon, not just thinking about where they are right now, but actually looking to the horizon, which means wanting to, feeling an excitement about what's coming in for them as well. You've got, there you are as the dolphin, my darling. Do you remember that dolphin? Where is it? Where's my little card? Where are you? Did we lose you? Are you around? Ooh, hello, you've gone walkabout. Do you remember the that's so funny. They've all got mixed up. Maybe it wasn't part of this reading. That is so funny. Anyway, okay. So the dolphin here is a reminder for you that you keep doing you. You keep doing things that as part of your creative expression, as part of things that inspire you and you love. It doesn't matter whether you feel it's being noticed or not. You just keep doing you. It's so important. It's also very magical. There's a sort of mermaid there as well. So you are unique in what you do. It's something very, very rare. And your King of Cups, he's all right. He may be emotionally a bit cut off, but he is aware of you and he is looking towards the future as well, which is really, really lovely. Why on earth did I feel, I'm sure, and this is the thing when I go into this space, I believe I saw something and I talked about water magic, but anyway, maybe I didn't. But it's very, oh yes, I did. There is the water magic card. So there is the dolphin. So this represents your self-love, you having fun, you enjoying yourself. And there you are. You've got the Four of Wands, and that's come out as the last card for you. This is the commitment, the connection, the joy, the celebration. It could mean marriage, but it's basically a committed, beautiful fellow traveler connection where you are walking at the same pace as one another, and there is much cause for celebration. Your soul tribe as well around you are absolutely fabulous, and you have called them in and they have called you in. You're all very different, but I think this is a stunning reading. Now go and relax and enjoy where you are right now, my darling, because there is something wonderful ahead, and you've got the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there is something coming in for you, maybe slightly smaller than you think, but you're going to put down your old way of doing it, trying to kind of find the right route to get to it. That's the map. Okay, you're not going to worry about it. You're going to toss a coin, you're going to have fun with it, whatever this is that's coming for you. And then I saw Judgment, which is a pivotal moment to make a decision to just go with the flow, and it's going to go in your favor. So there we are, my darling Librans. I hope this helped those that this reading resonated with. And again, thank you for your patience. It won't be so long from now on. And do check out my dailies that I am doing. So the Spirit will guide whoever needs to see those messages as well. But I look forward to doing another reading for you in a couple of weeks. Lots of love, my darling. Bye-bye.